6. Sheldon's trademark catchphrase originated with show writer Stephen Engel and a grapefruit.
He would put together a hollowed out grapefruit. And then I would say, this looks like a lovely grapefruit to have. I think I'll cut into it. And I would open it up, and it would be empty, and Stephen would say, Bazinga.
Bazinga is now a species of bee in honor of brainy Sheldon Cooper.
I've prepared a number of topics that should appeal to both the advanced and novice conversationalists.
Okay, that time you looked at me.
Number 5. Penny has a last name, but we may never find out what it is. Executive producer Steve Molero told Vulture, "We're kind of a superstitious lot here. We've made it this far without knowing Penny's last name. I think we're good not finding out." Number 4. The cast really is musically inclined.
Everybody heard.
Mayim Bialik learned how to play the harp, and Jim Parsons learned how to play the theremin. When the scenes call for it, they're actually playing. Number 3. Penny was almost a Katie and super sexual. In an unaired pilot, Amanda Walsh plays Penny. At the time, the character was named Katie and a bit more raunchy.
You're asking me to dinner?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I'm concerned about you.
Katie didn't test well with audiences and soon became Penny and was taken over by Kaylee Cuoco. Number 2. There's only one flight of stairs leading up to Penny, Leonard, and Sheldon's apartments. The actors and crews have to reset and redress the scene to make it look as if the characters are climbing more than one flight. And number 1. Gasp! Jim Parsons isn't a Trekkie. While Parsons' character is a hopeless Star Trek fan, Jim admitted to Time magazine that he has never seen an episode of the sci-fi series.
Hello again, Sheldon.
What is it now, Tiny Spock?
I am very disappointed in you.
The Big Bang Theory premieres tonight on CBS. Are you guys excited that the gang is back? Tweet me at DDirecto using the hashtag ETNow. For ETNow, I'm Danny Directo.